Fang Daolong lived a double life. He worked on a cargo ship and on the side traded in commodities. But without a formal permit, he was a smuggler, you see. But that wasn't it. He was also a secret agent for the Chinese National Revolutionary Army, smuggling secrets through these narrow alleys under lantern-lit skies. Ruthless when necessary, quiet when not, Fang was a ghost amongst men. A position that resulted in repeated assassination attempts on him and had him constantly on the run. At the age of 29, he escaped to Shanghai, where he managed to find not only a new cover, but also a new job, that of a port officer. On the other side of the city was Lily, a lady with eyes like dusk, her voice a whisper of sorrow. She was a single mother to two daughters, a lady of formidable resilience. She was a feared gambler who was known for her winning streaks. But as with gambling, the house always wins. Finding herself heavily in debt, she needed a solution. She was offered an opportunity. She'd have to traffic a stash of opium and carry out on board a ship that was to sail that very night. High risk, but the reward would be paying off her debt in a single shot. She reluctantly agreed. As she was about to board, an officer asked for her bags to be checked. That officer was Fang Daolong. On discovering the stash, he was to now arrest her and dispatch her to prison. He asked her for the reasons that had pushed her into this murky line of work. She mentioned her daughters, of having to fend for them. He looked away and asked her to leave. Months later, through the haze of a smoky club, he saw her again. They ended up meeting repeatedly, their conversations growing deeper. They grew close. And then in 1949, when the People's Republic was founded, every nationalist would find themselves fleeing the communists. Amongst them were these two, Fang and Lily. Their love growing against this backdrop of turmoil, even as they fled under false names to Hong Kong. They got married, and though they were happy, they lived in this state of constant fear of Fang being discovered and executed. Together they scrubbed floors and washed dishes, hiding their past in small talk and silence. Then came their child, born in abject poverty, but wrapped in this unlikely hope. Now you might think that I'm narrating a film plot, right? Of a dangerous secret agent, a deadly spy who's constantly being chased by his enemies, who unexpectedly encounters a reluctant opium smuggler, for whom he as unexpectedly develops feelings, with whom he finds himself fleeing in the dark of the night, landing in a land where they hope to build a life together, never once mentioning over the following 2 decades their exciting past to their young son. That does sound like a film plot. Well, you wouldn't be far off mark. Their son, that child born in deplorable poverty, would go on to become a global superstar. His name was Chan, Jackey Chan. 拼出一生痴，流汗血，盡赤心，追尋大意義。